She could in order to keep the attention off of her, right? Oh, maybe not. Somewhere showing
Angel Reese, once one of the brightest rising stars in women's basketball, has recently become a lightning rod for controversy. Known for her talent on the court and outspoken stance against the sexualization of female athletes, Reese's image has undergone a dramatic shift. Where she was once seen as a role model, admired for her skills and resilience, she now finds herself embroiled in personal and professional turmoil. So, what happened? How did Angel Reese, a player once hailed as the future of women's basketball, become the subject of constant criticism and even backlash from the very fans who once supported her? Reese's downfall has been swift and, to some, startling. It all began with her remarkable rise to prominence. Her exceptional skills on the court earned her recognition as one of the brightest prospects in the sport. As a player, she was fierce, determined, and unafraid to speak her mind, qualities that quickly made her a fan favorite. But while her athletic abilities garnered admiration, her outspoken nature also sparked conversations about the way female athletes were treated in the media. Reese was vocal about how women in sports were often reduced to their physical appearance, and how the media's tendency to sexualize athletes like herself was a problem. She made it clear that she wanted to be recognized for her skills, not her looks. In many ways, Reese became a symbol for the fight against the objectification of women in sports. She was passionate about the idea that athletes should be celebrated for their athleticism, not their bodies. This message resonated deeply with fans who admired her for challenging societal norms. But in recent months, something changed. As her career continued, Reese found herself in the spotlight for reasons other than her performance on the court. The focus of the media began to shift from her game to her personal life, and she started to lean into this new attention in ways that seemed inconsistent with her previous stance. One of the key turning points came when Reese began posting provocative photos on social media. Despite her previous outcry against the sexualization of female athletes, she started sharing images of herself in lingerie, bikinis, and revealing outfits. The posts quickly went viral, but not in the way Reese might have hoped. Fans who had once admired her for speaking out against objectification now felt betrayed. Her defenders, however, argued that Reese was simply exercising her autonomy and redefining what it meant to be an empowered woman in sports. They claimed that her decision to post these photos was a personal choice and that she shouldn't be shamed for it. Yet, the backlash was immediate and intense. The irony of the situation was not lost on many of her critics. Reese had spent so much time advocating against the very thing she was now embracing. Fans pointed out the hypocrisy, noting that while Reese had once condemned being sexualized in the media, she was now actively participating in the same cycle. The comments section of her posts was flooded with criticism, with many questioning whether she was genuinely trying to change the conversation around female athletes, or whether she was simply seeking attention and validation. Some fans went as far as accusing her of selling out, saying that she was sacrificing her dignity for a few extra likes and followers. It became clear that, for many, Reese's actions were no longer just about body autonomy. They represented a deeper contradiction in her public persona. In addition to the scrutiny over her social media posts, Reese's handling of criticism has also become a point of contention. As a professional athlete, dealing with criticism is part of the job. But rather than brushing off negative comments or using them as fuel to improve her game, Reese has often responded defensively, clapping back at critics in public and making her disagreements known on social media. One example was her response to fans who mocked her shooting percentage, which had been far from stellar in her rookie season. Instead of acknowledging her performance and using it as motivation to improve, Reese lashed out at her detractors, reminding them that she had been drafted 7th overall despite her struggles. In doing so, she only drew more attention to her weaknesses rather than shifting the focus back to her potential. This tendency to engage with every criticism rather than ignoring it and focusing on her game has become a hallmark of Reese's public persona. The issue is that by responding to every comment and engaging in social media spats, she has become more known for her drama than for her basketball accomplishments. The once promising player who had the potential to be a face of women's basketball is now more associated with Instagram posts, online feuds, and a sense of entitlement that alienates fans. But the drama doesn't stop at social media. The internal dynamics within Reese's team, the Chicago Sky, have also been affected by her behavior. Reports have surfaced that her me-first attitude is causing rifts in the locker room. Teammates, some of whom have expressed frustration about Reese's approach to the game, have reportedly complained about her influence on the team culture. There are rumors that Reese's behavior has created a toxic atmosphere, and that her personal brand is taking priority over the success of the team. Reese's perceived selfishness has extended beyond her public image and into the game itself. Players like Kennedy Carter and Marina May, both key figures for the Sky, have expressed dissatisfaction with the internal drama. Carter, in particular, caused a stir when she took to social media to suggest that fans help her find a new team, a move that many saw as a thinly veiled critique of the team's leadership. May, who left the Sky mid-season for the Connecticut Sun, echoed similar sentiments, praising her new team's professionalism and discipline. The connection between Reese's personal behavior and the team's struggles is impossible to ignore. As the Sky's once promising season began to unravel, the media and fans began to point fingers at Reese, accusing her of prioritizing her personal brand over the team's success. Adding fuel to the fire is the fact that Reese's coach, Teresa Weatherspoon, struggled to manage the tensions within the locker room and was reportedly unable to handle the dysfunction. Despite being a former player and a respected figure in the league, Weatherspoon didn't even last a full season as the Sky's head coach. Her inability to control the drama surrounding Reese and other players only served to highlight the deeper issues within the team. The players' frustrations and Reese's refusal to address the situation only made matters worse. Fans began to wonder if the Sky's problems were a result of Reese's growing obsession with her personal brand rather than her commitment to improving as a player. The Chicago Sky's downward spiral continued as their performance on the court suffered, culminating in a dismal 13-27 record. Reese's role in the team's struggles became a topic of widespread discussion. As the team's star player, her performance and leadership should have been a driving force, but instead, she became a source of division. Her critics, both inside and outside the team, argue that she is more concerned with self-promotion than with winning games. They point to her low shooting percentage, her inability to lead with poise, and her tendency to get caught up in drama as evidence that her priorities have shifted away from basketball. At the heart of the controversy is the question of whether Angel Reese can recover from the damage to her reputation and return to what made her successful in the first place. Fans who once admired her for her athleticism and her courage to speak out now feel disappointed by her actions. The young player who was once a symbol of empowerment has become a cautionary tale about the dangers of fame and the pressure of balancing a personal brand with a professional career. For Reese, the road ahead is uncertain. Can she regain the trust of her fans and teammates? Can she shift the focus back to basketball and away from social media? Or is this the beginning of the end of her career as a beloved figure in women's sports? Only time will tell, but one thing is clear. The next steps Reese takes will be crucial in determining the future of her career. Whether she can repair her image, refocus on her game, and regain the respect of her peers is something fans and analysts will be watching closely.